Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Monster Hunter stream. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. My name is Ristretto, if anyone's new here. Hi, nice to meet you. If you're watching the VOD, enjoy the VOD, and tonight we're going to be kicking things off with a very special challenge from the one and only GameGodHunter's birthday. Happy birthday, GameGod. Thanks for spending your time with us and chilling and chatting Monster Hunter. Tonight we're going to be hunting Molten Tigrex in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for the 3DS. Which is the first time I will have played this game in almost a month. Not quite a month, but close. Close to a month now. So, this should be an interesting challenge to say the least. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some early beans for being here, and then we're going to jump on over to, not the Switch, but today, the 3DS. No worries, Redid Slayer, I get ya. I was just talking in chat about how I don't usually get to watch that many streams myself. But I hope you guys are all doing well tonight. Let me go ahead and say hello to people, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start this challenge off. So, hello Redead Slayer and Ace Zara. Hello Frenchie. Hello Tarther and Udemon. Hello Uchi vs. the World. Hello Syphonia and DigiArtist, of course. Hello Cordial Snail. Hello Purple Cheese. I don't know if I already said hello to Redead Slayer. I think I did, but if I didn't, hello. Good to see you. Of course, hello and happy birthday to GameGodHunter. Thanks for being here. Hello Mega Radar and Commander Henkel and Tarther. Hello Crystal Time Gear. Hello, let's see, who else is here? I think I already said Tucker. I think it's almost everybody. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Hey Memnock, good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Alright, let's get to it. There's no time like the present. I truly have not played this game since we beat Bombs Over Gog. Nice, Ace Sarah. I think I've seen your name on there a couple times. How am I, Jack? I'm good. Welcome. Welcome, Tactical Schmoves. I'm well. I had a nice afternoon. I hope you guys did too. Oh, this should be interesting. This should be very, very interesting. The sky is falling. We're going to be using a natural purple set and a natural purple hammer. Natural purple hammer. This is the Gogmazios hammer. I believe it's fully upgraded. It's got some negative affinity, but it's got some sleep to it. It's got high raw, it's got good sharpness. And then this set is Attack Up Large, Challenger 2, and Razor Sharp. So it should fare pretty well. I forget how much defense we've got. 621. That's not the best, but it's not the worst. We're probably going to E for Defender. Okay. Holding a 3DS all of a sudden feels weird. I was so used to streaming off the Switch instead. Alright, without further ado, I guess what do we not need? We don't need antidotes. We won't need... Can you trap him? I don't think you can trap him. We don't need pickaxes or bug nets. We'll definitely want to take some steam bombs with us. Are we out of steam bombs? Oh no. Oh, I think I remember now. Uh-oh. I think we're broke. Your Switch arrived today? Congrats. Need to go back to old gen since you somehow soft locked on Rise final boss? Like your save's messed up? That sucks. Hey Parsec. I think I remember. I think I spend all my points on GOG munitions. Okay, no, we can buy some. We're good. We have a couple. We're good. Careful talking about that, Redead Slayer, because I don't know much about the final boss and some other folks in chat don't. I hope we get to play it soon, Tactical Schmoves. Okay, now we've got some steam bombs. Thanks, Rita, I appreciate it. Yeah, tonight we're actually going to be starting low rank hub. I've been doing only low rank Voyage in Monster Hunter Rise up until this point. It's about 2 weeks since the game came out. Tonight we get to start low rank hub. Ristramalda is interesting. I like it. Y'all wanted an angry emote for a long time now. There's your angry emote. Okay! Let's remember how this weapon in this game work. I'm a little intimidated. Going from only playing low rank village to playing this is something. Does feel a lot different. Let's see if wrist sprain is on wire bugs. Oh, it most definitely is on wire bugs. You don't have to worry about that. It's gonna hurt. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Nope. Ledged. He's so slow and clunky. Don't worry. That'll change. I think your stream's the first time you ever saw Molten. He's still my favorite monster from this game, so I appreciate GameGod requesting this one. I still need practice with the G-Rank one. Whew, that G-Rank charge is really something. Really something. This might be 2. Nope, just 1. Tracks hard, it sure does. Regular Tigrex and Brute Tigrex get that in G-Rank too, but they can't charge as many times as Molten can in a row. Molten can charge 4 times in a row in G. It's supposed to be a forward roll there. Missed the tail. Are these first aid med pluses? They are. Good. Never played 4U past low rank? 4U gets hard, man. And I haven't even seen the highest difficulty. The highest difficulty is 140 guild quests. Uh-oh. No purple, you bounce. Let's hold off on talking about Apexes since I haven't fought them in Rise yet. Okay, Udamon? Thanks. Feels like we're back home a little bit, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I should be prepping a mount, shouldn't I? Right, mounts. Ow. This hammer seems ill-advised all of a sudden. There we go. We finally got to the half rage. It took a while. Was hammer part of the challenge? Yep. For people's birthdays, I generally let them pick a game and a weapon, or a game, a monster, and a weapon they'd like to see. The only stipulations being it has to be a game that I like have played or have decent progress in, so I can actually do the request. I'm not gonna like grind up a whole game just to do a request for you. Sorry. But that's almost 1 game per generation at this point. I can do Free Night challenges, I can do Portable Third challenges, can do 4 Ultimate challenges, can do some World challenges, can do some Rise challenges. Okay, it's 1. It's gonna hurt. No, Vio? Why not? Watching Rise was a good gift. Wasn't your birthday like the day Rise came out? Any chance at Free Night down the line? Anytime someone wants to see Free Night, they can request it. We've already played through pretty much all of Free Night on stream. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. Okay, is he all the way charged? I don't think he is. Now he is. Yeah, Freedom Night was actually the first game I streamed on Twitch. And it is one of the Monster Hunter games that is most dear to me. Thank you, Frenchie. Thank you for the gift sub. Enjoy. Enjoy Biotech. Very kind of Frenchie. Yeah. Dang. I was trying to go for that steam bomb, but that was ill-advised. How does it feel to go from Rise back to old school? Going from... It's not so much... The controls don't throw me off. I think the... I believe the going from low-rank village in Rise to G-rank Molten Tigrex is mainly the thing that's going to be throwing me off a little bit. Did you play Freedom 1 on stream? Nope, I've never played Freedom 1. I've played a little bit of Monster Hunter 1 for the PS2. Freedom 1 is going to be the game that we're playing directly after Monster Hunter Rise. So when I'm done with my playthrough of Rise, or at least done until the big title updates come out, then I will play Freedom 1 this year. Those are the two games I know I'm playing this year for sure, Monster Hunter Rise and Freedom 1. Freedom 1 will be in a while, though. I did kill Black Fatalis once Game God and then decided I had had my fill for the time being. Black Fatalis in Freedom Night is really not fun. It's not a good start. Yep, pretty much, Udemon. Pretty much, that's part of the idea. No, thank you. Is it gonna be the triple? Nope, no triple. Also, I'm sorry for the lack of 60 frames per second. It's hard for me to change, or it's basically impossible for me to change frame rates for games mid-stream. And since we're just doing one quest in 4 Ultimate versus the rest of the stream on Rise, I left my settings for Rise. One quest, more like the whole night. Hopefully not. Oh god, the ledge! Is this on a 3DS? It is Bolter Maker for life, yes. Oh, well, we shouldn't go for the mount now. We're saving the mount for next time. Damage time. Yeah, Game God, I would say, I mean, like I said, the controls aren't, the controls are different. I'm sure I'm not as sharp on these controls as I was a couple weeks ago because I've been playing so much 5th gen, and 5th gen feels different. But it's mainly the difficulty difference. If you go from a low rank, or even a high rank Monster Hunter Rise to G rank in this game, it will be a large difficulty difference. Thankfully, we had a couple months of G rank, so hopefully I'll be able to clear this quest. That's the hope. We'll see how we do. The graphics look so good. Looks like it's on the Switch. It does look really, really nice for the 3DS. Although, with Monster Hunter Rise, the Switch can be doing some stuff that's nicer looking than this for sure. Doesn't look too dissimilar from Generations Ultimate, though. Yep, we're doing some 4 Ultimate for Game God's birthday tonight. Will you also play Stories 2 on stream? I don't know. I haven't played Stories before. Like, I think I would enjoy it for the cuteness and for the Monster Hunter of it. I don't really like JRPGs. Bonk. Oh, get out of there. I would say do not expect Stories content from me on release. Well, you can play it on PC, Biotech. What hammer is this? This is the Gogmazios hammer. That was maybe a little dumb. I don't know if I've ever jumped straight. I've probably done something of similar difficulty jumps before. between 5th gen and an older game. But it's been a while since I've done something like this. Alright, this is the fake charge. He's gonna stop. Roar. This should be 1? It could be 2. No, just 1. Alright, we gotta get into that super rage, man. This is another fake charge. Ugh, I could get him out so easily. There we go. I got you, Bio. Straight into the roars, too. Alright, Molten. 2. Come on, do 3. Do it. You know you want to. There it is. Oh, I walked into the roar hitbox. Just a little too early there. Well, it's a trip. I'll take it. Boom. 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 Oh, shoot. Should have been keeping my health a little higher, huh? I don't know if I gave you beans for the first one, so take 2 sets of beans there. My soul's gone. I hope you're doing well. That was from most of my health. I think it was probably like 3/4 health or something like that. Alright, last cart. The old monster hunters are so hard. They are indeed. I love them for it. When you practice to clear a quest like this, it feels good. We may have some practice tonight. We'll see. More than 1 roar. I would describe World Iceborne as having some things that are as challenging as something like this, but they are challenging in a different way. They are not challenging in the same way as the old games. Let's see if we can try and get him out before he de-enrages, or unenrages rather. De-enrages. That's a word. No! No! I thirsted too hard for the mount. Scary. Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't difficult. I said that they are difficult, but in a different way from the old games. They have different kind of difficulty. We're going to start using these Farcasters. Whenever we get chunked down to that kind of HP, probably not a bad idea. They give you 4 of them. Granted, that's probably designed for multiplayer, but they give you them. Hello, Wyverian MH. Welcome. How you doing tonight? How's it going? It's going well tonight. We're doing a little bit of Fort Ultimate. We've been playing Rise for a few weeks. We're coming back to Fort Ultimate for a birthday challenge for somebody in our chat. And it's hard. I still didn't get the mount. I couldn't land a single mounting hit the entire time he was enraged. Ugh. How you make this quest a lot safer is you throw on the 5-point skill Biomaster, which negates all the Blast Blight. This is a dumb idea. Okay, I'm glad we didn't proc him out with that. Getting him out when he was in this mode would be sad. Alright, there we go. Fully enraged. Hey, more daddy. Alright, 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 alright. Gimme. Oh, it wasn't the mount. Okay, this should be it. Come on, this has to be it, right? There we go. You have Challenger, though? Yeah, but the hit zones, dude. I remember how much practice it takes to get used to this fight to the point where you can consistently get mounts when he's enraged. The first time I fought Molten in high rank, or the first handful of times I fought Molten in high rank, it really took me a long time. I was really frustrated. It took us like 20-25 minutes just to line up a single mount or do any reasonable damage. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Thank you, game. Sure, why not? Dude, he's asleep. Well, that's one way of doing it. The bombs definitely hit his head, not us. No head break, though. Look out for that G-rank charge. Well, cheers, Waverian MH. It is usually that folks come here and then find the YouTube, you're right, but it's always a treat hearing somebody coming over from the YouTube. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Holy crap, that damage is insane. Peace. I'm gonna be a huge coward right now. Hey, Triple X, welcome. It's always nice to meet new people. Everyone's got different things to share about Monster Hunter, which is exciting. Didn't realize you had a YouTube? I have a YouTube? I do. Here, there's a link. It's not like I post a bunch of different in-depth content videos over there. It's mostly just highlights and VODs from the stream, but I do highlight out certain hunts, and I do highlight out VODs over there. I think I will eventually someday try and make better content for YouTube. I don't know when. Probably when my life's in a little bit of a different spot. Right now my life's kind of busy. I am moving in about a month, and when I move, I might make a little bit of a classic style Let's Play. I've been toying with the idea of doing like a 12 to 14 episode run of a classic style Let's Play, just in case things go really haywire and I can't stream for a week or two when I get upstate. Saw Weiss used a clip of your stream during a Barath turf war. They did? I didn't know that. Can you link me to it? I'd love to see that. One, we're gonna get 2 or 3? Nope, just 1. Oh, that blast plate is so scary. In the Discord or on Twitter is fine, Morg. Thank you. Thanks for calling it out. What are your ideas for Let's Plays? I would probably try and make it feel like something from 10 years ago. I would probably try and make it feel like something that Mazirian or SD Shepherd would have made 10 years ago for a Monster Hunter Let's Play. I don't know exactly what that would be. I'll probably spend some time rewatching some of their old stuff, and then I'll try and make... I'll probably choose a game that I haven't played yet on stream, and I'll make a couple episodes about it. Oh, that was... Oh, no, that was the G-rank charge. And instead of Superman diving, I freaking... Get me out of here! No! 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 Alright, let's try it again. Molten says, you've grown soft. I don't know the last time I don't think we played 4U for like hundreds of hours last fall. I don't think at any point during last fall did I run out of stamina and get into that little like freaking I'm out of stamina huffing and puffing pose. I don't think that happened once. Truly. Yeah, SD Shepherd has grown a lot since then. Old stuff's good, new stuff's good. Oh man, this feels familiar. I think part of it is that Rise feels pretty different in terms of its difficulty and in terms of its controls and everything, but part of it is also we've been doing exclusively low rank village. Practicing exclusively low rank village does not particularly get you ready for something like this. It was a question of Twitch clip, funny moments, so a lot of streamers are in the montage. Well, cool. I feel honored, privileged, I don't know. I feel special to have been featured. I don't get featured and stuff very often, so. Cool. All right, let's try this again. That was the warm-up. I'm not going anywhere, you guys. I'm not going anywhere. Alright, let's try and proc a mount ahead of time if we can, or set up a mount. That counted. Ooh, got the big dumb off. Gotta love the big dumb. Can we get 2 big dumbs? We can. I believe it is 4 hits to a mount. That didn't count. Yep. Next one should do it. GOG weapons are too cool. They are very cool. Oh, almost got it all the way there. Riseborn. It'll be interesting to see what they go with. It would make me happy if they just did a Rise Ultimate, but they probably won't do that, seeing as it's not a numbered title anyways. They already gave it a special name and not a number, so they'll probably do another special name for the expansion. There we go. That was much better than last time in terms of dealing damage. And bonk. There we go. We're back. Or at least back to this. That was much better. It took us 15 minutes to get him out last time. Internet run out, what'd you miss? We got him to Super Rage. I mean, I triple carded a minute ago. We got him to Super Rage, and then we just now got a mount, and then a sleep. Not bad. Not bad this time. Oh yeah, you missed me carding in spectacular fashion. Shiny? I guess I should get it, huh? Just a Wyvern tier. Alright, I'm not screwing around blowing myself up this time. We blew up the tower. This is maybe pretty poor positioning. Taunt? Yeah. You have high grade earplugs or you just dodged it? I think we outranged it. I do not have high grade plugs. This set is Attack Up Large, Challenger 2, Razor Sharp. More? Nope, just that one. So tough to dodge that move. Alright, we need to be careful. Did I take the supplies? I did. We're good. Please jump again. Nope. Is he gonna roar? I would really like it if they revisited underwater combat. I think it'd be pretty cool. I think using modern movement and modern mechanics and stuff, I think they could pull it off. Just 2. Okay. Right, Syphonia, you know what? I'm still not feeling like I'm 100% here or anything, but I am feeling a little better than our first attempt in terms of just fighting, which feels nice. That's gonna hit us? No, it didn't. Nice. Whoop, that's gonna hit us, though. So much damage, dude. Alright, get up. Love Gosharag. He's one of the ones I still have to practice some more fighting. Or I have to practice fighting some more. So far, I've only played through low-rank Village and Rise. We've been collecting a lot of weapons. And tonight we're going to be starting soloing our way through low-rank Hub. I keep expecting the KO to be soon, but I don't know. I haven't hit his head a whole lot recently. Yeah, Goss and Almudron I need more practice with. Alright, and I need these supercharged again. Come on, KO. Oh, God. How many roars we got coming out here? More than 1. 3? Only got like 3 days ago. I had to save up for a Switch. Well, I hope you've been enjoying it. Note that I did not go for the big dump. It took a lot of self-control not to do that. Did get the Rise Collector's Edition Switch. That's rad. Where'd you find one of those? That's awesome. I got the controller, but not the system. Alright, broken of his claws, that's good. Still no KO. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Whew, see ya. Loving it so far. Already have about 2 pages of gear, can't stop making weapons. It's so nice to collect stuff in that game. We've been doing that for the past like week and a half. We finished Low Rank Village pretty quickly, but I spent a lot of time trying to get used to the weapons because I hadn't played a lot of them in World. Whew. This fight is great. I love this monster a lot. Tired out. There it is, finally. little optimistic there, huh? Alright, let's heal. He can kill us right now. Got off the shelf at a local game store. You can thank living in a tiny town in northern Canada where no one's heard of Monster Hunter for that. That's rad. That's awesome. Yep, it's nice to get to appreciate them all. With enough time investment, all of them become something special. Even the older ones. I'm sorry, Big E. I'm sorry to hear it. I hope it improves for you. Aw, missed. Not worth. Oh, totally worth. We take those. We don't take those, no! The big dumb tempted me. It's true, Iberian MH, I agree. Ugh. The big dumb tempted me. Still doing a lot better than last time. I think we can do it this time. Arrow, thank you for the raid. Coffee beans, you assume? You are correct, yes. Arrow 1890, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, folks. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Arrow, how was your stream? Welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's cool. I hope you were having fun. We are doing a birthday challenge for our good friend GameGodHunter. We are bonking a big bad in Fort Ultimate's G rank. Glad to see Molten Tigrex fight. Good, I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you for the raid, it's appreciated. And nice to meet you, Raiders. I'm Ristretto. Oh, missing that feels so bad. Oh, oh, oh. I meant to sheath there. Oh, God. We're dead. Not dead. You can actually get us from there if you roared multiple times. Dude, you guys see that sick iframe? He iframed it while he was stunned. It's crazy. Hey, Tony, how am I? I'm doing okay. Is that the GOG hammer? It is. More than one? Nope, just the one roar. Okay. God, he's so scary. This is more than one roar. Okay, there's the delay. I don't think he has to delay to do multiple roars in G-Rank, though. Oh. Feels bad. Whew, very lucky of us there, not getting hit. What does the iframe quote come from? I think I iframed something while I was stunned against a Garuga? There's a clip for it. I think we might die. Yep. Ouch. All it takes, one mistake. Yeah, without Blast Plate, you're a lot safer in this game. Or in this fight. Only 10 minutes on the clock and we've carted twice. Leave for a minute, you come back to a cart? Yup. That's how it be. Still have an easy Farcaster? We do. We should be ready to use that. Okay, he's tired out now. Not for long, though. That was a quick rage. Trying to branch out and rise. The worm stake spam on Gunlance is too strong. Yeah, you can do that, especially with long. You can really do that pretty consistently. I found that a good way to get used to rise Gunlance, and I branched out into wide and normal and had a good time with both of those other ones. They felt like fun variations on some of the similar timings and things I was used to from long. Let's get that stamina back up. Alright, good night, Commander Henkel. Are we dead from that? Nope, we're not. We're definitely going to leave and heal, though. Not taking any chances on our last cart here. We're doing okay on healing, which is good. It means that we're not, like, going through too much healing. We can definitely last. We just have to make good decisions. Thankfully, they give us quite a few of those easy Farcasters, so we can do that a couple more times if need be. Scary. Scary stuff. Alright, he's all the way raged now. Oh, God. It's just not worth the risk of staying out there to heal, at least not when we're that low on the last cart. Just straight back into a Farcaster. How close do you think he is right now? We might have him at half health. Hello, Anesthetize. The G-Rank Molten is always a little squishier than I think, because the high rank one actually has a higher HP modifier than the G-Rank one. Like, this guy still hits really hard and still has a good chunk of HP because he is in G rank. Oh boy, please don't do a third. But, God darn it. This feels so bad. This one does have higher HP, and he does hit harder, but he has a lower HP modifier. So, like, where he is in G rank, he has less HP comparably to high rank Molten. Yeah, there are different hunters with different strengths by Brian MH. This is such cheese, but I love it. It's that or die. We'll probably still die. That was, I think, our last Farcaster, or maybe we have one more here. Do we have one more? We have one more. Hey, Fog. He must be getting kind of close because he's raging pretty quick, but we'll see. Hammer looks awesome. It's the Gugmazios hammer. Hey, Dog Crotchel. Yeah, he's got to be pretty close here. Why did I do that? He's going to roar. Oh. Got extra maxes. Why not use them? It's those little like bits of self-control, little bits of decision-making you lose when you switch games that really come back to hurt you. Me too, Iberian MH. He's my favorite in this game. He's so good. The way he ramps up and down, how challenging he is, the way his hit zones get soft when he's super raged. It's so cool. So cool. The way he looks too, the tower theme, it's just rad. Right now he's being kind of kind to us. Nope, that was supposed to be a jump. We got very lucky. Taunt, yeah. Thank you, defender. Uh-oh. Ooh, hey. We take those. We take those as an opportunity to heal. This is going to be more than one? No. Actually, it's not. This is going to be more than one. Okay. No. Oh, okay. No G-rank charge. Okay, and he's unraged. Hey, we got the head break. Okay. Wicked subquest. He's gonna fall. No, we didn't fall over yet. Can you still get another KO? We can now. So the reason we weren't going for a lot of KOs before is that his head is usually either a very dangerous spot to be attacking when he's super raged, or a very bad hit zone when he's unenraged. Now that we've broken his head, it's a better hit zone. So that's a pretty big deal. Dude. Okay, we're good. I'm so scared. Okay, we're out of the supply easy max potions, or sorry, we're out of the supply first aid med pluses, but we still have full mega potions here in our bag. So we just gotta hang on. Just gotta play cautious. That double bite got reach, it really does. He should fall over? Nope, guess not. Welcome, Paku Paku. The big dump! Get out of there. This is not a good spot to be. Oh no. Roar? No! Alright, let's give it another try. It was a lot better than our first attempt. Got pretty close, it felt like it there, yeah. Got the head break and everything. Hey, the G-rank emote is actually appropriate this time. Ooh, Defender and Weakener. Don't mind if I do, game. Thank you. Did say at one point was your favorite fight. This is indeed my favorite fight in 4 Ultimate, yeah. He's just so good. He's so cool. He's very tough in G rank. It's interesting. In G rank, in high rank, his moveset is a little easier than this, but he lasts longer than the G rank one. In G rank, he doesn't last quite as long as the high rank one, but he's so much more volatile. He does so much more damage, and his moveset is really nuts. Which is an interesting balancing decision. Didn't count as a mounting hit, but that's okay. We can get some good damage in here. Hey, Quill. This is our 3rd attempt against Mr. Molten tonight, but I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be playing this game. Oh, hey, Marth's Tip. Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to risk getting smacked up by a G-rank game after a month of playing only low rank. Marth does this. It's a dumb joke Marth does every once in a while, or they'll refollow. Oh, that was not a hop. Okay. Still going. This is our 3rd attempt, Frenchie, yeah. First attempt, real bad. Second attempt, not as bad. 3rd attempt, TBA. Alright, this is a fake charge. Taunt. He's not raged. I did this a little early. That's okay. Damage is damage. And we will have Challenger up, like Parsec said earlier. We can't attack the head because we don't have purple. So the back legs with hammer it is. Everybody's favorite. Well, now we have purple. Well, now we'll be able to get purple. Yeah, the roar radius comes out basically from his wing arms forward. So if you can get out to the sides past his arms or behind his arms, you're golden. That wasn't wise. Nice aim. Classic. Classic. Okay. Dude, he didn't do that slide move he just did once the past 2 quests. Darn it, I keep running out of stamina. Martz, you missed my first cart tonight, or my first triple tonight. I didn't just run out of stamina and get hit. I ran out of stamina and went into like the wheezing pose. And then got killed. Which I was saying, I don't think I've done that once, like, in the entire fall that we played 4 Ultimates G-Rank, I don't think I did that once. Hello, Irby Gidja. Mount him only when he's angry? Yep, I'm trying. I screwed up and I mounted him early this time. Last time we did it right, where we mounted him while he was enraged. Or double enraged. Unenraged. We can deal some damage to his head if we want to try and get KO, or we can just deal damage to his legs if we want to be safe. Fast rage there. It was so sad, Marths. So sad. Alright, see you, Iberian. Cheers. Still not a mount. We're still not a mounting hit, rather. That counts. Nope. A little bit off there. Idea was good. Execution was poor. Yeah, I don't have stuff like that tuned to like a game-by-game thing, Marks. It's just I have everything turned on or I don't. No alarm? The alarm's there somewhere. I think. Should be. Or the repeating message, rather. Uh-oh. I screwed up the sheath button input. Watch that stamina. I wouldn't know if this is cooler than Grimclaw. I haven't fought Grimclaw yet. I like Molten a whole lot, though. Molten or Grimclaw will have to be pretty freaking cool to top this guy for me. Oh, god darn it. Oh! I wanted that to be a Superman dive. That's 2 carts in 5 minutes. This isn't looking great. Is GameGod still here? If they're not, then like, what are we doing? Yes, GameGod's still here. Look, I've been looking forward to starting low rank. I've been looking forward to starting low rank hub for a while. I do Parsec. I don't think I'll be able to do that for you, Dragon on Fire, because I do not have a 3 ultimate file that is 2 Dire Morales. I've never fought one before. In order for a birthday request to be valid, it has to be something I've fought before, and generally in a game that I have access to. I also reserve the right to say no if it's a monster I really hate, or a matchup I think is dumpy. You could ask for the demo Magdamalo, yeah. Well, that's our 3rd attempt gone. Coffee's all gone too. Would you say no to hunting 50 Vespoids? No. If you really wanted to see hunting 50 Vespoids, I would do it. Yeah, our 2nd attempt was much better than that one. We probably made it to 20-25 minutes on our 2nd attempt, which felt good. We'd broken his face in one of his claws. Now that's something I won't do. I've said this a lot. I don't do stuff like that. I don't do the whole like, oh, boomerang and shadowbox. I think the fun part of these games comes from using the weapons. Anytime you reduce that down to like, you're gonna press the same button and use the same dumpy like 3-hit dog combo over and over. I don't think the game's like interesting or fun anymore. We're gonna leave that to somebody else. Somebody else can do that. You mean King Shakalaka and Free Me Night Morg? I can do that for you if you really want it. I don't like that monster, but I'll do it for you. A Hypnocatrice fight would be neat to see. It would, yeah. Hypnocatrice is fun. It's a cool monster. If we wait long enough, we can show you Frontier Hypnocatrice. No, this is way too early to be thinking about, but what's your After Rise game? The game I'm going to be playing after Monster Hunter Rise, I'm going to be playing all the way through Monster Hunter Freedom 1. It doesn't quite fish kebab. Fatalis has one-shots. The Snap Wiggle is just a straight-up one-shot. King Shaka doesn't have one-shots. Or at least, depending on your armor, I guess. That's gonna hurt. Overcommitted a little bit there. It's okay. Cheers, Digit Artist. Okay. Back to the drawing board again. Do I have Iceborne on PC? I own it, but I can't play it. I don't have a PC to run it on Marts. Like, I bought it on Steam when it was on sale just to have it, but I don't have I have a laptop. My laptop does not, it's not a gaming laptop, it would not run Iceborne. What's a good price for a decent gaming laptop? It depends. You can get ones at all different price points that sacrifice some features or another. I would not consider a mod request as a birthday request unless it was a really legitimate mod. I don't like modding very much, so I would not really be into that unless it was a really cool mod or I really liked the person who was requesting it. You can get them anywhere from like $500 or $600, Frenchie, like if you just want straight gaming performance and everything else about the laptop to be crap, or you can get them all the way up to like $2,000 or $3,000 if you want like all good everything. That was the only one that was coming to mind for me, Fog. Is like, if someone really wanted me to check that out, I would probably begrudgingly do it for their birthday. I think that stuff's all like really novel and neat. I would never play with it actually installed on my game. I would like boot it up and check it out and be like, that's cool, and then like uninstall it. Hello, Outcast Chronicles, welcome. Yeah, that's another thing about gaming laptops is like it's not really worth splashing for the most expensive ones because I mean you can't really upgrade the actual important internals. You can upgrade things like drives or RAM sometimes, but you can't upgrade like the graphics card or the CPU. Having a Tigrex therapy session. You could say that. I think Tigrex is working out his issues with us. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, you gotta get one that has good thermals. Yeah. That's part of why you don't want to spend, or you don't want to spend too little on a laptop of any kind. Just thermals can be pretty bad. No, if I was gonna buy one, if I was gonna, I mean, I don't know if I would get a laptop or a PC, or like legitimately build a PC if I was gonna stream from one. I like having a laptop, but I don't know. Have they bloated laptop prices to match the bloated GPU prices? No. That's like the only, that's like the only way to get like, I mean, it's not a full 3080 or a full 3000 series graphics card, but you can get them in laptops, and the laptops are regular price. Is this how it felt going from 4U Caravan to Freemanite G rank last year? We eased ourselves into Freemanite G rank. We started at G1. And even before that, we farmed up some high rank weapons to start with. This is just chucking myself into some of the toughest stuff in 4U. I mean, like, there's tougher stuff, but this is up there. And I think I would not call this a fantastic weapon matchup either. It's okay. Could be worse. Ouch. Yeah. Essentially, oh gosh darn it. Essentially, I don't know what I would want to do for like a PC or a PC upgrade right now. We're gonna start over. Good night, Biotech. Hey Akapam, welcome. How you doing tonight? Ding. Doing pretty good. How about you? I'm doing okay. We were trying a difficult challenge for someone's birthday, and it's going difficult. Trying a G-rank Molten Tigrex and 4 Ultimate with Hammer. It's tough. Aw, didn't hit anything. Feels bad. I should heal. Probably. Should definitely heal now. Seems to be difficult, to be honest. A little bit. This is our 4th or 5th attempt now. I only wanted to do it a couple times before switching over to Rise. I was looking forward to playing Rise tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I have a hard time stopping challenges and saying no and switching off to something else. I've done this guy with a handful of weapons. Hammer's not been one of them in the past. We gotta start proccing him out. One hit. Yeah, Gunlance is my favorite matchup for this guy in high rank. I didn't try him that many times with it in G rank. I did it once. I felt like I needed a different guard set that let me tank some of his stuff a little bit easier. He really hits hard in G rank, to the point where it felt a little bit less comfortable for Gunlance in G rank than it did in high rank. I have done this with Charge Void quite a few times. Although I think the weapon that I felt most comfortable with G-Rank Molten on, honestly, was Longsword, oddly enough. Water Longsword felt really, really good on this guy. I think being able to sneak in strong spirit hits from the side and then roll out of the way quickly felt nice and safe and good. Oh, no aerial hit for me. It's 2. Use hammer for the HR7 clear? Yeah, that's high rank. Oh god, no! Hey! That's not 3. I think we've just hit him twice now. Hey Schmeg! We're getting wrecked by G-Rank Molten Tigrex. How you doing, man? That's 3. Alright, one more should do it. More than one roar. Giving Kezu a theme? Are you writing him a theme song? Sounds like quite the endeavor. Hello, or Axe Hunter World, excuse me, welcome. Hope you're doing well tonight. We are trying a difficult Molten Tigrex challenge for our friend GameGodHunter's birthday in 4 Ultimates G rank. Dum, 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 dum. Nope, that's supposed to be a jump. That is a jump. Oh, God. Oh, no, the wind! Goodbye. Wasted a Farcaster because that wind pressure feels really bad. I don't care. Tower theme is so good. It is quite good. Hey, you are cat. Didn't know that could happen. Yep, if you get flinched by anything while you're right after you throw a Farcaster, it can knock you out of the Farcaster. See you, Wyverian. Enjoy your pasta. Hope the challenge hasn't been too challenging. It's pretty challenging. Why, thank you, Martz. This might not be smart. Yeah, we should be okay. Yeah. Dum, 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 dum. Woo! Please no second roar! Uh-oh. Not safe. Dead. I should have just Farcasted out. Cool looking hammer at least. Yep, the GOG hammer is very cool. This is true. Think you still got this? Thanks. I will try my best. We'll get it one of these times. It's just already pretty late. No, my weapon's still out. Dead. Thought I was sheathed for some reason. That's not a good sign. Okay, he's unenraged now, so we can do a little bit of damage before he rages again. How does it feel going back to 4 Ultimate? The game itself, fine. One of its hardest quests, less fine. Alright, the controls themselves feel fine. Playing on the 3DS feels fine. This guy feels like a big jump and challenge from the frickin' stuff we've been up against in frickin' Monster Hunter Rise. We've only been doing low ranked village in that game, so. Bit of a rude awakening. Yep, jump status. Oh, I was doing there. This is indeed harder than Kuyaku. No, Marth, not at all. Not judging by this. Which is, I mean, like, it would take me a couple days, I think, of just practicing for Ultimate. I might be able to clear, like, one. Like, we'll probably be able to clear one of these guys after a couple hours of trying. But it's not something that you can just jump back in when you've been playing an entirely different difficulty level and an entirely different Monster Hunter generation. At least it's not something I can do. I'm sure there are hunters out there who have practiced enough of this monster or enough for Ultimate where they can jump back and forth with ease, and like jump back here and go, yeah, I can still remember the things I can and can't do here, but especially not for a new weapon matchup like this, I can't do that. This is part of why I don't generally play 2 games at once. Lucky there. It's because I have a pretty difficult time adapting. It didn't count. It's in his head. Thank God. Nope. I knew that was kind of over-aggressive. We might die for that. I think we're going to die for that. Yep. Can't do that. You can't be over-aggressive like that. Alright, I'm gonna give this one more try for tonight. Like what, spazzing? What would you suggest? I know, actually, you're right. It doesn't make much sense on this set, now that I think about it. I hadn't thought about that. All of our good sets right now have Challenger on them, so. Bioresearcher? We probably can do that. I'd forgotten about that. Like, I thought about it while we were in the quest, but I hadn't thought about it in terms of like, oh, we could switch this out. When totally we can switch this out for a more relevant skill. Or attack up extra large in Bioresearcher, maybe? Yeah, this should work, actually. This should work nicely. Two, 5. Put an attack jewel in here. I have attack jewel 1s, apparently. Wait, what? Time for everyone's favorite game, Deco Search? I sure hope not. Oh, that's too many points. Hello, Locomo MH. Welcome to you. Hopefully we have the Bioresearcher decorations just in our box. I forget what they're called. Oh, you're garlic bread. Name change. Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you, Locomo. Bioresearcher would make a lot of sense. I really don't feel like doing the Deco Search game. Let's see. If I look at my equipment sets, do any of these have Bioresearcher on them? Or I could tell where the pieces might be. They might be in one of our gunner sets, I think. There we go. In the Diablos Z set. So we can look at the Diablos Z parts. We should find it. Microbio. Okay. Factory. I was so confident. We're missing one, I think. Maybe it's in the heavy bowgun. It was in a light bowgun. Okay, there we go. That wasn't so painful. So what that does for us is it basically makes it so we don't have to worry about rolling off the blast blade at all, which is a pretty big deal. The blast blade's a pretty big inhibitor of this quest. Thank you, Parsec. I appreciate you doing that. Uh-oh. Do I not have enough space? I probably have space in the talisman? Yeah, I do. I think we have just enough space, actually. Yep. Yep, that'll do it. No idea what's happening. I was swapping out some of the skills in my set. Let me explain why we just swapped those out. So Challenger 2 is really strong in this game. It gives you the equivalent of, I think, attack up extra large? Attack up large when the monster's enraged, along with Crit Eye 3. So it gives you a bunch of extra raw, bunch of extra affinity. Super nice skill. Molten Tigrex is unique in that the game calls his rage state his middle rage, when really he has two rages. He goes from unenraged to middle rage to highest rage. The highest rage doesn't proc Challenger, so Challenger 2 is essentially a wasted skill on Molten Tigrex. I had thought about that while we were in the hunt, but I had not thought about that when I was choosing which set I was going to use. So we just swapped out Challenger 2, which was doing us no good, for attack up extra large instead of attack up large on our set, so a little bit more attack there. And Microbio, and Microbio will make it so that the blast clouds that Molten Tigrex puts out do not affect us anymore. It's XL? Okay. What a broken skill. So we were just doing a little bit of set building. Just swapping some decorations around. So we'll do a little more damage, and we don't have to worry about Blast Bite. Microbio has definitely helped me with this guy in the past. So we'll see if that can be the ticket for tonight. The Blast Bite in this quest, basically, once you have it on you, if you get hit again, or if you just leave it too long, you blow up. Does a lot of damage on top of a monster that already does a lot of damage. Oh, let me out, you jerk. Thank you. There's not a whole lot of purple on this hammer. Alright, I don't have purple sharpness. I shouldn't have done that. Still hit us. This is really not good. Negating the flinch? It doesn't negate the flinch. You still flinch. You just don't have the Blight of Cloud attached to you. Nox, this is like our 5th or 6th attempt. Don't worry, we've been punished. It is rough going from exclusively Rise low rank village straight to this G rank. It does not feel good. It feels bad. many times have you tried to wirefall? No times. No, the controls have not thrown me off at all. The controls, I've spent enough time with them in the past like 6 months where they don't feel alien to me. The only thing that's really given me pause is how much damage this guy does, and like you really have to be in practice with both your weapon and this guy, this Molten Tigrex, to really know how much time you've got to do things. Yeah, it also helps there's no button for wire bugs. Yeah, if I was on a Switch Pro controller, I might be a little bit more thrown off. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Still not a mount, jeez. Got tripped. Bite. Ouch. Defender proc. Yeah, not having to worry about the blast plate is a huge deal. We should have put in microbio to start with, man. Such a big difference. You're not spamming your roll all the time to get rid of it. So much nicer. Give me that mount. It does feel weird. That's one of the weird parts that's felt odd to me is like, when we first booted this up, I had to remember like, oh yeah, mounting's a thing. I am incentivized to jump on top of the monster several times. Hello, Sociastash. We're playing a little bit for Game God's birthday tonight. Yep, a little bit for Ultimate. Just gonna go for the trade. When you went back to 4U after about a week of Rise, you had to unlearn Wirefall. Folks keep saying that. It has not happened to me yet, but I believe you. Running around desperately trying for a mount, hitting the wrong part of the monster, like clipping his wing instead of his head and not getting the mount, getting decked, like knowing if I hit his head, it will 100% be a mount. If I don't hit his head, I will die. Like, that's the 4U classic. You can be safer with it than that, but when you're on a time limit, we're like, I gotta hit him before he enrages again. It's rough. Hey. Andy's raged too. Good stuff. Hammering this game is so fun. It's pretty good. That feels more like it. It's more like it. That's another thing, is this quest in particular, Molten Tigrex in particular, is such a momentum-based fight. If you can get that mount and get that down and get that KO, you're in such good shape to break his head nice and early. If you can't do that, you're stuck dealing dumpy damage for just so long into the fight. Like, this is already going a lot nicer than the other attempts. It's very interesting. That's part of what makes this fight really unique, is just like, there aren't that many fights where you have to get certain momentum or certain steps going in order to have the fight go your way. Oh boy. I don't particularly mourn the loss to this mounting system. Like, I mean, I don't dislike this system particularly, but the wire bug system, while more intrusive, is a lot more deep. And I'd rather it be more deep and involved and interesting and give you more choices as a player than be like something boring like a mashing minigame like this. Or even worse, say QTE, where you bonk a monster into a wall. Yeah, microbio was the way to go. Yep. Aww. Woo! How's it going? You're back with pasta? We overhauled our skills a little bit on the set because I forgot that I had Challenger on the set, and Challenger doesn't work on Molten Tigrex properly. We also broke his head nice and early this time, so it's a pretty promising attempt here. Ouch, I was hoping there'd be a flinch. There was not a flinch. Is he gonna fall over? No, stop short. Have fun, Crystal. Yeah, if you abuse them, then they're totally strong. I just like having the option. Like, I don't use them to... I don't use them to rough up my target monster. I use them to rough up the other monsters in the quest and get free materials. I just like that there's more ways to do it. You can just run them into a wall if you just want to run them into a wall. You can use the other monster to damage your monster. You can use your monster to damage the other ones and get free parts. It's just, it's more interesting to me. And it's also less abusable because there's a hard time limit on a cooldown. It's less abusable than old school mounting or Clutch Claw was. And I think that's nice. Woo! Happens once a quest. It can happen more than once a quest. It's about a 10-minute cooldown. So if you get another monster running into your monster at the right time to get that mount status up, you can get it twice in a quest. Taunt? Yep. Oh, nope, not taunt, but this should still work. So close. I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done it. Glad you stopped by in time for this. I'm glad. I hope you're enjoying it. It's been a beat down, dude. A beat down from Tigrex onto me. Until this attempt. This attempt's going okay. Oh, there's the G-rank charge. Oh, and he can chain out of it. Crazy. I forgot he could do that. The fact that we fell over the ledge there almost killed us, but I think ultimately saved us from getting chained. What's the deal with Challenger for Molten? So I dropped Challenger because it doesn't work properly on him. So Challenger in this game procs when the monster is enraged, yeah? Whoops. Lucky. The game only considers Molten Rage in his middle rage state. So once he gets to his super rage, it doesn't count as being, like, it doesn't proc Challenger anymore. So if you're waiting to deal decent damage to him until he enrages, when he finally enrages, it's too late, and you don't get your Challenger. I should probably Farcast out. Maybe not. Just found you from browsing Twitch. Good luck on this challenge. Thanks. Welcome, Ninru. I'm mostly playing through Monster Hunter Rise right now because it's the new game, but whenever it's someone in our chat's birthday, I let them pick a game that we've played and a monster and a weapon they'd like to see, and I try my best to do it. So right now we're trying to do Molten Tigrex and 4 Ultimates G-Rank with Hammer for Game God's birthday, and it is tough. Going from only playing low-ranked Monster Hunter Rise for a month, essentially like a Monster Hunter vacation, to this is absurd. more than one roar? Nope. Give me that mount. Nope. Oh, I tried to roll and didn't take it. I wish, Nox. Please. I mean, if you want to send me that private server details. If you have access and you want to send me details, let me log into your account. Yeah, I think anytime you switch drastically between different eras of Monster Hunter, you're going to have a rough time just because the conventions of both the controls and the AI and like fight design is pretty different. Ooh, I forgot. I totally forgot about the extra supplies once you break his head open. That's pretty nice. But then on top of it just being a different era of Monster Hunter, going from exclusively low rank village to G rank hub, it's something. And now it's really nice because even though he's not super raged, would you be allowed to stream Frontier if you had access? At this point, probably not. No. I doubt they want anyone streaming it or posting any videos of the private server in a public place until like the actual work is all the way done, so that someone from Capcom or Tencent or whoever can't stop in and say like, hey, stop that. When did Frontier die? A little over a year ago now. I believe if it was it Christmas Eve? It was right around Christmas. Hell yeah, thank you. Give me that mount. 1 year and 5 months, yeah. Yep, they've made progress. I've seen some little footage of it being played on a private server, like, so like it's gonna happen eventually someday, hopefully, as long as people keep working on it. Just something we gotta wait for. I think their estimate is 126 or 125 years now, so a little while longer. Oh, it didn't proc the head. It's okay, we got it at the back, we're safe. You're gonna put your brain in a PC so you can play Frontier private server. You know what, FPS failure, I was kind of just having that thought. Not specifically put my brain in a server or like in a computer, but like, if it really does take that long, which I doubt it would by any means, but if it did, I wonder if by the time like I'm 125, modern medicine will be good enough where like I could live to play an 125-year-old Frontier project. Probably not, but the thought was there. Oh, I tried to Superman there. It didn't let me. Grr. Hey Gecko! Welcome to G-Rank Molten Tigrex. Ooh, buddy! The big dumb pays dividends every once in a while. Just not often. Especially against Molten. Oh, we're gonna die. Nope, never mind. He backed up too far away. We're safe. I'm gonna just take that. I'm gonna take that as a nice win there. Thanks for the clip, Molten. Whew. Molten baiting those jumps. He really does. And that's been most of this matchup with me when I've tried it in the past. And when we initially, I think Martz is right. This might have been the matchup that we did first when we cleared high rank Molten. It was just, most of the matchup was like not even getting used to his moves. It was getting used to the only moves you're allowed to do safely with Hammer. Because man, Hammer's got so much fun stuff you can go for against him, but you're going to get so wrecked. Lurking a bit, making foods. Enjoy your foods. Oh, look at that. So sneaky, Molten. Low stamina. Climb up the ledge. More than one roar here. Alright, you can give me 3. Nope, not 3. Stuck in place. We're safe. Multiple roars though. 2. Super slow now. 3. Nope, just 2. I guess I could go for the head because it's decent now. Let's do that. If we can get to it. Hey, there it is, Game God. Whoo, man. This isn't even the highest level of quests. Technically not. 4 Ultimate has low rank. It has low rank and high rank village, low rank and high rank hub, G rank hub, and then 140 guild quests. Did we cart it all this time? We had no carts this time. That feels decent. We got a Dire Blast Heart. Happy birthday, Game God. Is this gonna unlock another scroll? It might. All right, now get me back to my low rank village vacation. Too old for this stuff. No, we'll come back to this game full time someday. Anyways, that was G-Rank Hub Molten with the Gogmazio's hammer. Could you capture Molten? I don't think you can put traps down here. If you could, then maybe I could have and I was just a dumb person, but whatever, we killed him. Oh, you can capture him? Oh, whoops. Whew. I would have felt pretty poor if I hadn't finished that. Like, I know that it's tough, and I wouldn't have anything to be ashamed of if I just couldn't go back and automatically do it. That looks like a pretty interesting quest right there. Tigrex, Zinogre, Brachydios, Gore, and Seregios. Tattoo Police. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to leave these bits of dialogue for another time when we're coming back to actually play this game. But yeah, like I said, happy birthday, GameGodHunter. This has been a small bit of 4 Ultimate. I love and miss this game. We spent a lot of time with it over the last year. Now, like I said, back to my low rank vacation. All right, give me just a minute here.